Joining us right now is Bethany Mandel. Bethany Mandel has been tracking the abomination of the Montgomery County public school system in forcing parents to not being able to opt out their children from objectionable material. And Bethany, it made it all the way to the Supreme Court yesterday. You were there. What do you think?
So it's exciting to talk to you on your last day at WMAL.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We're going to have a little party here.
Day.
I'm not going to get the 3 hour, like I'm Rush Limbaugh leaving my job after doing it for 5 years. Yes.
So it was incredible. So, I mean, I've been saying for 2 years, I've been covering this for 2 years, that I think that this is Supreme Court worthy. And honestly, it was so validating to hear how aghast all of the, not all of the justices were, but the good ones, to hear like, I'm sorry, what? Say that again? And how the MCPS lawyer tried to gaslight them.
Yep.
One of the justices, I think it was Alito, was like, well, that's weird because I've read the book, and that's
it was Gorsuch. Yes,
it was Gorsuch. Yeah. It's like I've read it, and that's it's there. And so, like, what context did you use the word leather in a book that was meant for 3-year-olds?
Right.
Was it a leather
context?
Right.
Oh.
Like wild, and it was so validating because I feel, first of all, like I've been yelling at the wind in Montgomery County, and they're like, well, this is fine. This is why. You're just a prude if you object to these books. That's like one vein. And the other vein is like normies outside of Montgomery County that act like I'm a lunatic because I'm like, guys, this is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. And they're like, it can't be that bad. And then yesterday, the entirety of America realized, like, oh, my God, this is terrible. I'm like, yes, welcome to my party.
And Bethany, I think it was Gorsuch also who really explained how they hide it. They don't put it in human sexuality class. They put it in English class. They weave this, and I've seen this. This is why I pulled my kids. I was seeing it in math class. I was seeing it in English, and everything in history. Everything was woke. So what? So I thought that was a really important point about again how it's really meant to influence these kids. He got him to admit it's influence.
It's not just that, and you're absolutely correct, 100%. But they also do it so as to deny the parents the ability to opt their children out. Because you, according to Maryland law, you can opt your kids out of human sexuality. You can't opt them out of math.
Right.
You can't opt them out of ELA. So they put it into the subjects where they're like, oh, this is just reading instruction.
Right.
And one comforting thing that of all this stuff, Montgomery County has spent probably close to $2 million, well north, I think, of $1 million. I think that's a fair estimate of our tax dollars to get this losing argument to the Supreme Court. But the good news is only 55% of MCPS students can actually read on grade level. So only half of the kids in the county were exposed to this content because the other half can't read. I feel like maybe, just maybe, there was a better use of our tax dollars than this.
Yeah.
Bethany, the sad fact is that you're one of the few people who don't have your children in the public schools, but you are still outraged and expressing concern about it. The sad thing is most of the rich elitists who keep voting for this school board, they're like, oh, my kids, it doesn't affect my kids because my kids go to a private school, and they leave it at that.
Yeah, I mean, they think it's a virtue signal to keep voting for this. And what's funny is, one of the liberal justices said, it's a democratically elected school board. It's really not. The district, there's no district by district voting. And so the more liberal parts of Montgomery County can outvote Up County. And so Up County has actually no representation. And
that's right. It's all Tacoma Park and Silver Spring.
Right.
Yes.
All right, we got to leave it there, sadly, Bethany. But I'm glad you were there. Sorry, I bit into your time with my little mini rant there.
You've been so great on this, Bethany.
No, it's fine.
Yes.
It was exciting to talk to you on your last day.
I appreciate it. Yeah, you know what? I understand you might be in need of a little childcare now and again, maybe some tutoring. So I'll send you my resume. It's 8:44.
Love you guys.